Hello there, this is mycorrhizal, and today I have this awesome mushroom, beautiful looking, from the genus Russula. This is a very common mushroom to find every time that you're just doing any trail, doing any hiking, and you can find it in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, everywhere. It comes in different colors, their costing is yellow, and they have a lot of brothers and sisters that are the reddish, pinkish color. There are, I believe, more than 20 species that are like this type of color, reddish. So in terms of the identification, it's easy to identify it as Russula. After that, it depends of some characteristic, like this one, for example, this coloration in the stipe, the very bright color. But as you're gonna see in a second, you can find a lot of variety of it. If you want to identify it as a genus, there's another very good characteristic, but you need a microscope. And in this case is when you take a sample of the spores are rough. They have spikes. And if you want to know more about this awesome mushroom, non-edible Russula, take a look at this.
This group of mushroom is a very large genus composed of around 750 worldwide species of ectomycorrhizal mushrooms. They are very common, fairly large, and brightly colored, making them one of the most recognizable genera among mycologists and mushroom collectors. Their characteristics include usually bright color caps, a white to dark yellow spore ring, brittle attached gills, and the absence of latex and the absence of partial veil or vulva tissue on the stem, just like other mushrooms. These are important characteristics for the identification since other mushrooms share similar characteristics like, for example, members of the related genus Characterized, which are similar but emit a milky latex when their gills are broken, just like, check this out. While it is relatively easy to identify these mushrooms as belonging to this genus, obviously Russula, it is a significant challenge to distinguish them to the specific species of the Russula, since there's numerous, in this case, red Russula or yellow Russula. This is the case specifically with the red Russula. The spore print is typically ochre to yellowy and almost never fully white. Check this out. Let's take a look at this specimen, for example, with the red pelleus, white stipe with reddish coloration. Other are just red cap and white stipe, or pale red cap to orange like these ones. The lamellas are typically very brittle. Take a look at this and try to listen. As I mentioned before, the spiked spore are a very distinguished characteristic. Take a look at these microscopic samples from light microscopy to SEM. The light microscopy is recent, and the SEM are from a scientific article we wrote back in 2004. You can check the link on the description for details. The toxicity of this mushroom is more related to gastrointestinal problems. One of the Russula's name is the sickener mushroom. Although it is used to be widely eaten in Russia and Eastern European countries, it is generally not recommended for consumption. The symptoms are mainly gastrointestinal in nature: nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, and colicky abdominal cramps. These symptoms typically begin half an hour to 3 hours after the ingestion of these mushrooms and usually subside spontaneously or shortly after the ingested material has been expelled from the intestinal tract. Russula is mostly free of deadly poisonous species, and mild tasting ones are all edible.
Oh my god, I just touched it. Oh.
And don't freak out, you can touch it.